Welcome everyone, great to see you. It's Derek and Joe here on Cruise1st TV with a news update. Beep, 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 beep. And we've got some massive deals for you if you want to go globetrotting with Royal Caribbean.
Yes, the great ships for the whole family are here with some pretty exciting trips. They've just announced new dates for their programme of cruises out in Australia and Asia with brilliant journeys and early bird savings to be made. And you can now book your trips all the way through to April in 2027.
If you want to be super organised, coming up, we've got the pick of the crop for you, taking you to New York next September for a city stay and then a coastal cruise on the treasured independence of the seas. And we'll also head off to see in the new year in Singapore as 2026 turns into 2027 in style with fireworks, tours and thrills as all part of your package. More details on that coming up later. First though, let's head down under to Australia in February 2027, starting 12 nights by flying to Brisbane, the capital of Queensland on Australia's famous east coast. Now we're staying here for 3 nights so you can meet your new neighbours.
That's right.
Neighbours.
I know. Well, yeah, you could probably take a trip to Melbourne to see the neighbours, but you know what? There's so much in Brisbane. It's gorgeous, and of course, even though it's February, it's summer down under. You are at the foot of the Gold Coast, which is the famous luxury resort area and beautiful beaches. You've got some incredible zoos right there, a wide range of activities, the Koala Sanctuary, South Bank Parklands.
And it's Australia.
It's Australia and it's tropical.
That's
too,
all you
in
need,
Brisbane.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's time to sail. And we're going to be on board the Quantum of the Seas, a rare trip in this part of the world for 7 nights. So you get the all singing, all dancing excitement of being on board Quantum class, the original of her kind, the first, in fact, the flagship in Quantum class, with all the bells and whistles and whizzy bang things, as you would say, such as the Ripcord by iFly, the North Star, which actually has heights as high as Sydney Harbour Bridge, and it does a fabulous, overview of the ship. That's a fun thing to do. There's Seaplex as well, which has incredible indoor sports and entertainment, bumper cars, basketball, roller skating at sea.
You know what though? I think on this cruise, because you're cruising Australia and it is summer in Australia and we are talking about February, I just think every single minute that you will be out.
Oh yes.
You will be out on deck.
Cocktail
You'll be
in
out
hand.
in the ports.
Yep.
Even if you're not a sun lover, just to know that the weather is better. Even if you're in the shade, you are in this wonderful climate at a time of year that feels wrong to be, the weather to be so good.
It's midsummer there.
That's amazing, isn't it?
And it's tropical, beautiful weather you'll be getting sailing out of Queensland too. So yeah, like you said, basking up on deck. They've got plenty of pools and jacuzzi hot tubs around the ship for you to just watch the incredible ocean float by, but also see some lovely scenic cruising along the way whilst enjoying. A lot of the activities are up on deck, like Ripcord and the rock climbing wall.
Yeah.
So you'll get incredible panoramic vistas and the North Star, of course, whilst you're enjoying those activities up on deck as well, and getting yourself a bit of a suntan, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be great. There you are, flying up high.
And that's a good point you make there with your wonderful accent, and that's allowed with you. You'll be meeting lots of Aussies on this cruise as well. We've actually featured this very offer on the Australian TV channel that we do for this company as well.
Yep.
And so, like you say as well, it's unusual to have a Quantum class ship in this part of the world. So everyone's making the most of it, which is brilliant. The cruise itself, it will just be a joy, not just for Aussies as well, but for us, because it's taking us to the highlights of this part of Australia as well. So your first day is at sea out of Sydney, and here we are at Airlie Beach.
Incredible. This is the heart of the reef. In fact, there is a heart reef there. Once in a lifetime, really, isn't it, to see the Barrier Reef? Maybe you'll take a helicopter tour so you get the most panoramic views, but definitely get out on the reef in some way. Then we're in Cairns, and this is actually a gateway, not just to the Barrier Reef, but also the Daintree Rainforest, where you can take the Sky Rail cableway, or the Corunda Railway up there, which is amazing. Maybe go and see some crocodiles with Hartley's Crocodile Adventures. Willis Island's next. This is scenic cruising. This is a little island that is not inhabited, and you get to see the incredible little penguins there as well. So this will be a highlight of your adventure, no doubt.
So sweet.
So here's an overview of your iconic iconic Barrier Reef adventure. You're going to be back into Brisbane where you'll disembark. We'll fly you back to the UK. Do speak to the team about extending your stay if you want to travel further.
Oh, I've got some ideas, don't you worry.
Yes.
I've got some ideas lined up for you. We know Australia well, so we've got some brilliant ideas for you. And this is the time to start planning for your big Aussie adventures right now, because we are talking about early 2027, but we're also talking about a low deposit to actually get this secured for you as well, which is brilliant. You are going to love it. You are going to love it. Your 12 nights of Aussie fun and sunshine, and it's summer there as well, and your deposit for this one is so low. Take a look at your price tag. You would not believe that we're going literally to the other side of the world for this kind of price tag, and we're spending some real time there as well. And as Joe hinted to, this is a trip you could really build on further from this too. So your package is your flights to and from Brisbane in Australia. We've included a 3-night hotel stay there, and then it's time to join Royal Caribbean's Quantum of the Seas, scaling the North Star, skydiving on the Ripcord. You'll have great fun doing it, it's brilliant. Having the Bionic Bar serving up your new cocktail invention, and just having the greatest cruise on the Queensland coast, visiting the ports for the Great Barrier Reef in Cairns, heading up to other ports as well, which are just brilliant, and you'll be scenic cruising around Willis Island too. Your deposit today, just £199 each, so get booking right now. Here's everything that is included for you. And this is a trip that you could make bigger if you wanted to. So how about heading from Brisbane to Sydney for a city stay there before you come back, or maybe come home via a paradise stay in Bali maybe, or stay on Quantum of the Seas for the next 7-night cruise as well, which heads out into the South Pacific to Vanuatu and Mystery Island as well. Talk to the team and we'll make it happen for you as well. Now, Australia cruises with Royal Caribbean now have dates available all the way through to April in 2027, with Quantum in and out of Brisbane and Anthem of the Seas in and out of Sydney as well. So talk to the team today on 0800 953 4700, and remember that low deposit is there so you can say, look at each other right now. How long have you wanted to go down to Australia, but you've always thought to yourself, it's going to cost $5,000 each just to be there? No, absolutely not. Here you've got the flight sorted, you've got the stay in Sydney sorted, you've got the fabulous Royal Caribbean cruise. It's a cruise ship and a cruise line that everybody loves, so you know you're going to have the greatest time. It's summer down in Australia when you're going. I know February here is, it's nice to get away from the weather in February here, isn't it? It's absolutely amazing. So call us right now and get it booked. And I don't know whether they still sell them. This might just be an old cliche, but if they do those hats with the corks that hang off the end to keep the flies away, actually I haven't got one of those. Would you bring me one back? Probably, I've got a long time to wait, haven't I? You don't go until February in 2027. Listen, if you've never done a cruise before, doing it in a faraway place that's unfamiliar is brilliant, let me tell you, because it looks after you in so many different ways.
When you choose to cruise, you'll experience one of the best value holidays with so much included as standard. Your floating resort will take you to multiple destinations in one trip, where you'll wake up to a new view every day and only have to unpack once. Your ensuite accommodation will have everything you need to feel right at home, with a daily servicing provided by your personal cabin steward. Around the ship, you'll have the opportunity to take part in various activities, which can include quizzes, dance classes, game shows, movie screenings, lectures, and much more. If that sounds too much, then feel free to relax, unwind, and watch the world go by in a solarium, or around one of the pools, or even in a hot tub. If you're cruising as a family, then the little ones will be well taken care of, with a range of kids clubs available for all ages from morning till late. Plus, no matter what the age, everyone can have a thrilling time with rock climbing walls, zip lines, water parks, skating, simulators, and even bumper cars. When it comes to food, you'll never go hungry on a cruise, with options available right around the clock. Enjoy fine dining with waiter service in one of the main restaurants, or opt for something more casual in the self-service buffet. There's always snacks and room service available too. And as the sun goes down, that's when the ship really comes to life. Every evening, you'll be spoilt for choice when it comes to entertainment. From Broadway-style shows in the lavish theatre to live music, comedy, karaoke, and silent discos, as well as onboard nightclubs, allowing you to dance the night away. So if you want more holiday for less money, make sure you choose to cruise.
Yeah, everyone needs that. It's a bit of a life lesson. We should put all of that into a book, really, shouldn't we? And then there are certain people that you know that you've got to stick that book under their nose and kind of say, come on, come on. I don't want to spend a week on a coach sitting down.
Derek's life lessons.
Yes.
I think that'd be good. Let's get it done.
But it works, you see, it works. I mean, I know how many people I've spoken to over many, many years who have said, yeah, it's just the best way to holiday. It's so simple, it's so easy, you get to travel the world. It's like an achievement, it's fantastic, and all you got to do is book it.
And you see so much in one holiday, that's the thing with cruising. I mean, really. All these countries sometimes in one trip. Well, time now to head for an Eastern Coastal Cruise adventure in the States and enjoy a New York City break over 12 nights next September with Royal Caribbean. Let's get you on the plane and away we go, flying to New York first and enjoying 2 fabulous nights here before we cruise.
Lovely.
You know, it's nice to go. We're sort of late summer here in New York, which is a brilliant time to visit because you'll still get the nice warm weather most likely, but it will be over the height of summer, so not too hot. Grand Central Station, you've got to head over the Brooklyn Bridge, try some of the world's best pizza. I'm sorry if you're Italian and hearing this, but New Yorkers really will give Italy a run for their money on most cuisine, actually. Coney Island, so much more. Then it's time to cruise on board for 9 nights, the Independence of the Seas. Out of New York, one of the most iconic sail outs in the world. You go past the Statue of Liberty, and Brooklyn Bridge, Manhattan Bridge. It's amazing, honestly, it is amazing. And the Independence of the Seas is really exciting. This ship, a Freedom class, one of the original Royal Caribbean next level ships with that atrium, which is like the inside of a Vegas casino, because it's like built up almost like an Italian village. Very cool. They do loads of parades and things in the atrium too, so they'll have like 60s night, 70s night, 80s night, depending on the cruise itinerary. The cruise staff will be doing that. They'll have parades and you know, it's tons of fun.
They are brilliant. I mean, these parades, they are just spectacular to look at. And you just think, where have all these people come from? And of course, it's the crew, because the crew are like a family on board. There are so many of them on board, and they love coming out for these parades and the cruise shows and whatever. And they really make your holiday. They make you feel something special. You already feel a bit of a connection to the team on board anyway. But when they all come together and you all feel like one big family, which I know sounds like a naff marketing slogan cliche,
it's true,
but it's so true. Cruise by cruise by cruise, that's what happens. I think that's why people love going back, because it's just like a big, wonderful, happy kind of flash mob experience, isn't it?
It really
lovely.
is. I mean, there's even ice skating on board, and they do ice shows as well, which is at sea, which is such a novelty, I think, to be able to enjoy that. And of course, the main theatre shows as well, which are different every night. We are cruising out of New York, past the Statue of Liberty, first up to Boston, where you can head on out and see the Freedom Trail. Definitely get yourself selfie at Cheers Bar, where everybody knows your name. Quincy Marketplace is one of my favourite places to visit in Boston, with all the delicious food and atmosphere down there as well. Then it's Portland, USA. In Maine, you've got to try a Maine lobster roll. It's the famous delicacy, lobster brioche bun. Then you've got like lots of lovely Victorian mansions to visit there as well. We are next up to St. John's in Canada, and you've got an overnight on board here, so you can really enjoy the Bay of Fundy, which is what this area is known for. Do a tour out there and see this wild natural beauty. The reversing falls as well are a great thing to see in this part of the world, and there's lots of lovely markets to stroll by and pick up handicrafts. Then we're into Sydney in Canada. home of the giant fiddle. There is a real connection here with, you know, the Celtic vibe. It even looks like, you know, the hills of Ireland in some way. We have a day at sea which sees us back into New York, where you'll disembark and fly back to the UK. Look at your itinerary here. It's a lovely, perfect Canada, New England adventure.
Can I tell you why so many people will go for this trip? It's just occurred to me as you were going through the itinerary there, and I was just thinking about New York, and I'm always thinking about New York because we talk about it all the time. Still on the list, still not been there so far. You know, got to do it. Absolutely got to do it. Do you know, I think what stops people going to New York is you start looking at the web, you just book in, like, you know, a couple of nights in a hotel and the flights and whatever. So flights, relatively easy to sort out. You know, we can all do that ourselves if we want to. But it's hotel, that's the sticking point, isn't it? Is that a good hotel? You read the reviews, some say bad, some say good. Is the location right? Well, you don't know New York. You don't know whether that hotel's in a good place or a bad place or an indifferent place, do you? And once you've gone through all the, well, we could stay there, but we could stay there, and we could stay. In the end, you just go, actually, should we go to Venice because we've been there before and we know which hotel to stay at because we've been there before? I think that's what stops people from going to New York, because it feels such a big thing, doesn't it, to arrange, that you just don't. Well, we've sorted all that out for you because this is the dream trip. Bookable today with a deposit of just £199 each. And the whole trip, which is your New York stay and your cruise, look, there you go, sorted. And it's funny because when you do, and I've done this before as well, sorted out one of those flight and hotel packages, started, you know, costing it up and all the rest of it, and the hotel is always the sticking point. Okay, well that's that price, and that must mean it's really, really good, but it is in the right place. Is it near enough to this and that and that? And can I get around easily? Who knows if you've never been to New York? And this for you could be your very, very first trip. So remember, we can tailor the stays just the way you want them as well. So your package as it is your flights to and from New York City, 2-night hotel stay there, and then you have 9 nights of cruising on much loved Independence of the Seas, Indy as everyone calls her, along the east coast of America to Boston, to Maine, and overnight in St. John in New Brunswick, and Sydney and Nova Scotia, back into New York for the flight home. Or maybe you want to go somewhere else on the East Coast for a stay, maybe Washington, Orlando, Miami, or head south to New Orleans, or even head west to Vegas before you come home. Talk to our team and tell us what you fancy doing, and we'll make it happen. Here's everything that's included. I tell you why this is such a good deal. Because the hotels that we put you in New York, you think about how many hundreds, nay thousands of people every year we send to New York. So if the hotels were not up to par, they weren't in the right place, you let us know. And we're sending thousands of people there every single year who come back and they book with us again. So just take it as read. We've done the research. We've got the right places, we've got the right package for you, and that price is tremendous, honestly. Call us right now, let's have the conversation. This package is also available on the 1st of October next year. Talk to the team for prices on that as well. 0800 953 4700. Do you know what? I'm glad I've solved that problem. I did wonder why I still haven't been to New York, and that's it. It's the stay, isn't it? That's the sticking point. The right hotel, the right location, the right price. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know. Well, with a package like ours, it's all sorted, isn't it? And actually, you know, when it comes to us here at Cruise1st, remember, we haven't just been sending people to New York for a year or so. We've been doing it for well over 25.
With 25 years of travel expertise, when booking with Cruise1st, you can be sure that you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We work with all the major cruise lines to bring you the most comprehensive selection of exclusive deals you won't find anywhere else. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. As a fully bonded member of APTA and ATOL Protected, you have the peace of mind that your booking is always safe with us. We've been here on your TV screens for over a decade, making us the longest-running cruise channel in the UK. We make it easy to budget for your dream holiday. With many of our deals, just pay a deposit today and you then have until your due date to pay the balance. Plus, we're one of the highest-rated cruise agents on Trustpilot, with over 7,000 independent reviews. This all means that you can be fully confident when booking your next exciting adventure with Cruise1st.
Yep, that's why to come and book with us, because honestly, we've done this thing before, and that is what stops so many people, isn't it? You have a good idea, you sit round a laptop together. What do you think of this? Oh, I don't know. What do you think? Well, you go for it. No, you make the decision. No, you make the decision. The responsibility is huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've been in that situation as well, and you don't want to be the one that makes the decision that ends up to be, well, what you pick this one. You pick that hotel. You don't want to be that person, do you? Anyway, it's sorted when you book with us here at Cruise1st.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
It is. We do all of that for you. Yeah, it takes such a breath of fresh air to have somebody actually taking care of that for you.
Well, it saves rows as well.
We've done the legwork, you know, from years and years of experience. So
just think of that. A hassle-free and an argument-free holiday arranging.
Yeah.
Because you can have a great time on holiday, but arranging the damn thing.
Yeah.
Oh, my word. Anyway, right.
We'll do it.
Let's go and do a big party now, because it's time for a New Year's Eve party that you will not forget in a hurry. How about waving goodbye to 2026 and hello to 2027 at one of the biggest celebrations in the world? We've got a Far East cruise adventure with Royal Caribbean for you, but the 15-night trip starts on the 28th of December next year. We take the tree down at home, pack the cases, off to the airport as we fly you off to Singapore for a 4-night stay to remember. And you'll be seeing in the new year in style. We've even thrown in here a half-day city tour to discover Singapore itself, and also a day ticket to the exciting Universal Resort nearby on Sentosa Island. So it's not just the New Year's Eve party, it's everything else. It's a guided city tour and a partridge in a pear tree. Yeah,
I mean, you get to enjoy the Lunar New Year celebration, marking the beginning of the lunar calendar, celebrated by 2 billion people globally.
Lovely.
Time to cruise on board the Navigator now up the seas for 10 fabulous nights out of Singapore. Iconic, and an iconic vessel to enjoy as well for over a week, which is wonderful. You've got an ice skating rink, and they do live ice shows as well, which are spectacular. Mini golf. Look at that. You know, that's your main restaurant, and it is all singing, all dancing glamour in the main restaurant. They have a lobster night.
Do they?
Yes.
Can you skate, Joe, just out of interest?
Yes and no.
Okay, you'll have a go.
Basic skating ability.
Well, you can hold on to the rail around the edge.
That's true.
Sorry, back to lobster.
Yeah, no, it is fun. But even if you've never skated before, the place to do it is on board a cruise ship, because there'll be a lot of people trying it out for the first time, so you won't feel self-conscious about everyone being professional, like sometimes when you go to the ice rink. Now, the shows are award-winning on Royal Caribbean. They're so fabulous. And of course, you've got the ice shows too. But you've got the main stage and the main company of performers as well, who have different shows to bring you throughout the cruise. Then, of course, when it comes to relaxing and indulging, lots of options for food. Giovanni's Table, Izumi as well, which is fusion. Japanese, Eastern, delicious food alongside your main dining room, which, like I said, alongside the lobster night, they'll have surf and turf night, they'll have baked Alaska night. So all of these themed nights in the dining room to enjoy. We're cruising out of Singapore, and first of all, we're making it to Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam, where you can visit the iconic Saigon Central Post Office, which is a famous place there to take your selfies. Notre Dame Cathedral, a reunification palace. Do a tour and see everything. Overnight in Bangkok, exciting, because not only are there lots of things to see during the day, such as the Grand Palace and the Wat Phra Kieu, but you've got the night markets, you've got the hustle bustle, the excitement, the vibrance that makes this city really come to life after hours, and you'll enjoy that. Langkawi is next, a place of absolute natural beauty in gorgeous Malaysia, and right there you have the mangroves. You can see the Rice Museum, which is actually really interesting because it's the lifeblood of the people here. And a day at sea is going to see us back into Singapore, where you'll disembark and fly home.
A rice museum. On paper, it doesn't sound the most exciting thing on earth, but I bet it's absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, it is. It really
to go
is.
And do. Incredible. You always wonder, don't you? I mean, like, you see the paddy fields and you see the planting, but you don't often see the, what's the word, harvesting, do you? of rice. How does it happen? How many grains on each plant? I want to know these things. And a rice museum is a good place to find out, isn't it? Every day's a school day here, isn't it? Every holiday is an education as well. And this is the one to choose if you like lots of varied adventures and a lovely plan already in place for your trip. If you'd like to be super, super organised, you can book this today with just £199 each deposit, which is brilliant. And your price tag, oh, that's brilliant as well. I know I never need to worry about the prices. I mean, listen, I know that we invest in our holidays, and it's funny because if I was selling you, I don't know, a microwave, or I've got one, there's one in the kitchen, there's a kitchen studio in here as well. There's a microwave over there. I mean, there'll be somewhere in the world where you can pay that for a microwave. I think I'd struggle to justify that kind of price for a microwave, do you know what I mean? But when it comes to a holiday, when it comes to so much, honestly, this is brilliant. This is easy. And just listen while we max out the value that you're enjoying for this price tag as well. So you fly out first from the UK to Singapore. You'll be staying in the city for 4 nights in a fabulous hotel. We've included a half-day guided city tour for you to enjoy and get to know the city. And we've included a day ticket to the Universal Resort on nearby Sentosa Island, which is brilliant. So you can do the roller coasters and all that kind of stuff. Plus, you're there to see in the new year as well, which is brilliant. So you're part of that celebration, which is massive in Singapore. And that's only part one of the holiday. Then comes the cruise, 10 nights of full board cruising with lots of variety on board Navigator of the Seas with Royal Caribbean, cruising in Vietnam to the port for Ho Chi Minh City, and then on to Thailand for the port for Bangkok with 2 days there. You've got an overnight there. It's brilliant. You'll cruise into Langkawi before heading back into Singapore for the flight home. Remember, your deposit today for this, just £199 each. So good. Here's everything that's included. And there are plenty of other options for cruising in Asia with Royal Caribbean as well, with new dates and routes just being announced, sailing all the way through to April in 2027. Remember, the further out you are booking, the more organised you are. It's not about you just being organised though. It's also about being able to talk to our team about where you want your cabin to be on the ship, having more choice in terms of that. It's also about locking in that price today, because who knows, between now and when you actually go on holiday, who knows what will have happened to the price of the cruise. Cruise prices change, and they nearly always change in an upward direction, because as soon as a cruise becomes popular, guess what? It's like when you're looking for, if you're looking for one of those chain hotels and you want to stay there on Friday night, you'll have a little look and you'll come back in half an hour and the price has gone up by 20, 30, 40 quid. It's what happens in travel. When lots of people look at something, when lots of people book something, guess what? The people providing that travel, be it a cruise company, a hotel, an airline, whatever, think, oh, hang on a second, this is popular.
Right.
Can we just lift the price? I think we can get a few more quid for this.
Yeah.
That's what happens. That's travel. So what we do is we keep you the right side of that and say, okay, you might be booking a year, 2 years ahead of time, but look at the price that you're locking in right now, because that price could be very different in 3 weeks' time, let alone 3 months' time.
Yeah, it's win-win. You put down a small deposit today, and then you've got till your due date to pay for it, and you're constantly putting money in towards that exciting holiday in the future. So you got to do it. It's the best way to holiday. It really is, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. Holidays, they are good for us, aren't they? We need them. We absolutely need to get them booked. Thank you so much. See you back here later.
Bye for now.